My name is Jim Schlocke, and I want to congratulate everyone because if you're paying close attention to the investment markets, hats off. Many people are kind of asleep at the wheel and not paying attention to a lot of fierce problems that are brewing. If you're taking the time to meet and get better advised at what the trends are, so much better for you. Let me talk to you a little bit about these major trends. Some of them you already know because your good group talks about them a lot. We've got a real problem with inflation. The pressures are building. On the other hand, we have a housing market correction that's taking place so that our Federal Reserve officials cannot find comfort in allowing interest rates to rise to offset the inflation. So that's part of this shock that we're having already. Now, according to the official tabulation, I think we're at about, 4% right now inflation rate. Isn't that wonderful? I happen to be blessed. I live on the coast of Maine, and the night before last on our public television channel, I'm not sure if this was a local production or a national one, but they were documenting what happened with food prices in our community. Bread went up 12% in the last 12 months. A dozen eggs went up 40%. I'm sitting there thinking, well, wait a minute, what happened to the 4.3% that the government says? So clearly the government understates this, clearly. Well, I don't know that we have a monetary policy. We just kind of throw dollars at everything and hope that it works out. It's a mess, and the monetary policy is only, I repeat, making some of these situations worse.
Much worse.
We also have several, however, that I think are significant danger points, and the media is simply not focusing on these largely. Let me tell you what they are. One, at a household level, not just at the government level, we have very poor savings, we have extraordinarily high debt. People just have not put away nuts for a bad winter. We have not planned long-term financially for ourselves. Here's a frightening statistic. 26%, more than 1 out of 4 Americans who are over the age of 55 report that excluding the value of their primary residence, they are still working, but they've saved and have investments and savings of less than $10,000. Less than $10,000. And by the way, here's the better part of that statistic. 53% say they have less than $23,000 saved. So when this wave of people in that age bracket starts moving forward, you can expect turbulence happening. You're going to expect a lot of changes in consumer patterns, but likewise in the value of assets in our country. The problem that no one's focused on, and that's pension underfunding. The recent Congress report estimates that now in the private sector, pensions are underfunded to the tune of about $650 billion. There just isn't enough money. And a lot of pensions are operating on the assumption that they're going to be pulling in 18 and 20% annual returns, which simply is not the case and will no longer happen. But this problem is even more pervasive in the public sector, where municipalities and states are simply way underfunded. Very much so. And to give you one small statistic, it's estimated that 70% of the states and municipalities that report this data are actually underfunded by more than 23%. That means that we're going to have tax pressures necessarily building as the demographic starts to move. Since savings are so very poor. So if these people have stocks or bonds, they're going to need to sell them. And by the way, even if they don't, then their pension funds have to begin liquidating that money to pay them pensions. So successful investing in the future is going to be radically different from anything that we've experienced in the past. If you were an asset manager for a wealthy person, you use this very sophisticated software to recommend what was exactly the right mix of stocks and bonds, large cap and small cap. That's going to change too. Because again, it reflects and it's built on trends that will not be the same in the future as they were in the 1980s and the 1990s. So strap yourselves in, folks. We're in for a brave new world.